The DJI Mini 5 Pro is a compact marvel that promises long flight times, powerful performance, and advanced safety systems. But paper specifications don't always tell the full story. To uncover the truth, a range test was conducted that pushed this tiny drone to its absolute limits. The result was a nail-biting flight that almost ended in disaster. From the moment the Mini 5 Pro lifted off, it was clear this wasn't going to be a casual flight. The goal was ambitious: test whether the drone could really deliver close to its promised 52 minutes of flight time while covering extreme distances. The drone launched from a hilltop, meaning altitude adjustments weren't necessary. The pilot chose to fly at a very low altitude relative to ground level, which would normally help preserve battery efficiency. The battery at takeoff sat at 97%. As the drone steadily gained distance, it flew with the wind, making progress faster than expected. The range quickly stretched into kilometers, with the battery still appearing healthy. At around 5 kilometers out, the battery was still in the high 70s, a sign that efficiency was holding up. Confidence grew. Could this flight break all expectations? Pushing further, the drone hit the 7-kilometer mark. That's when the first warning signs appeared. The system calculated that, while the battery percentage seemed strong, the return journey would be against the wind. That would demand more energy than the outward leg. The aircraft automatically triggered a low battery warning, suggesting it was only just capable of returning. Still, the test continued. The pilot wanted to see 8 kilometers. At 8 kilometers, the battery displayed 70%. On paper, that seemed enough to return home. But then came the unexpected twist: the transmission link broke. With the drone facing away from the pilot, signal loss occurred, and no commands went through. For more than 5 long minutes, the connection was gone. During that time, anxiety mounted. Was the Mini 5 Pro about to be lost forever? Would its return-to-home logic kick in, or would it attempt a forced landing somewhere far away? Finally, relief arrived. The connection was restored, and the drone appeared still alive, still flying, though it had already eaten into its remaining power. By then, it was about 5.8 kilometers from home, and the battery had dropped into the low 50s. The drone was now flying against the wind, and its pace was slower. Each kilometer back consumed energy at a faster rate. The most stressful part of the flight came as the battery dropped below 20%. At 2 kilometers away, it dipped to 20%, then to 15%. By the 1.2 kilometer mark, the drone was flashing critical warnings, demanding immediate landing. At 12%, it began auto-descent protocols. The pilot fought to guide it, canceling forced landings, pushing it closer, hoping it wouldn't fall short. The final stretch was pure suspense. At 7%, the drone initiated an emergency landing sequence, descending even though it wasn't home yet. At 5%, the drone was finally visible again, almost overhead. It landed safely, but not before delivering one of the tensest flights imaginable. The entire flight showed both the resilience and the limitations of the DJI Mini 5 Pro. While it managed an extraordinary 8 kilometers outward journey, the return demonstrated how quickly wind resistance, signal loss, and battery calculations can turn a routine test into a near disaster. The supposed 52-minute battery life didn't materialize under these extreme conditions, with the drone instead burning through power more aggressively when fighting the wind and maintaining transmission. This test reveals something important for every drone enthusiast: numbers on a spec sheet are best-case scenarios, not guarantees. Flight time depends on weather, altitude, speed, and resistance. Transmission systems, no matter how advanced, can still fail at long distances. And safety features, though robust, can't always prevent a close call when conditions turn tough. Yet, at the same time, the Mini 5 Pro proved it has remarkable endurance and safety instincts. It managed to return with almost no power left, showing how return-to-home protocols work under stress. It also highlighted the value of planning: always allow a margin of safety, never push your drone to 0%, and anticipate headwinds on the way back. In the end, the Mini 5 Pro survived, and the pilot gained a story worth telling, a story of how a tiny drone went 8 kilometers out, lost connection for 5 minutes, fought against the wind, and landed at home with 5% battery left. It was the ultimate endurance test, and though it nearly ended in disaster, it proved just how far drone technology has come. For drone lovers, this flight is a reminder: respect your battery, respect the elements, and prepare for the unexpected. Because sometimes, even the most advanced drone can turn a simple range test into the most nerve-wracking adventure of all. The DJI Mini 5 Pro pushes the limits in this unbelievable real-world flight test. Taken to extreme distances and facing strong headwinds, the drone traveled over 8 kilometers before its connection was lost and its battery dropped dangerously low. With just a few percent of power left, it triggered critical auto-landing warnings, leaving uncertainty about whether it would ever return safely. In this video, we explore the incredible journey of the Mini 5 Pro during one of the most stressful flights you'll ever see. From the takeoff on a hilltop, through a record-breaking range test, to the heart-stopping moment when the drone almost fell from the sky, this test reveals both the strengths and the weaknesses of DJI's latest compact powerhouse. Was the advertised 52-minute flight time accurate? Did the transmission system hold up when distance and terrain pushed it to the edge? And most importantly, could the Mini 5 Pro make it home with only 3% battery left? Watch as the story unfolds, with the drone facing wind resistance, losing signal for over 5 minutes, and testing its return-to-home intelligence like never before. This is not just a range test, it's a survival test that highlights what every drone pilot should know about flying at extreme distances. If you're considering the DJI Mini 5 Pro or you're curious how far modern drones can really go before safety features kick in, this is the flight you need to see. It's a mix of breathtaking achievement and nerve-wracking close calls that show why drone pilots should always plan for the unexpected.